Wait for a few people to hop on here. Looks like we got more than 5, so we're good. Hey, Texas Study students. This is Coach Science, welcoming you back to another one of our distance learning sessions. All right. Hey, for the first few minutes, I'm just going to take a few minutes there to, read some of you guys that are there on the old comment section. I will be responding um, with some of the questions that you may have. Guys, listen. As far as our Google Classroom work, I'm sending you guys a few things, not too many. I try to send you guys to 2 to 3, maybe just 2 assignments per week. Guys, on the comment section there, are you guys having any trouble with the viewing or the downloading of that Word document? No, I see one from Mr. Dinosaur, whoever that may be. They said no. No. Okay, no. I'm seeing a few no. All right. Well, for whatever reason, guys, um, uh, I've had a few students ask me that they're having trouble downloading the Word document for whatever reason. I mean, I've kind of made it to where you guys don't have to necessarily. It's not hard as long as you're using your Sherryland student, email. That's the only way you're going to have access to that either way through your Google. Okay, so just make sure that you guys uh, are downloading it, guys, to your computer. It's a Word document, so it automatically goes into your Word if you have a Word, or even if you have a Mac. I'm broadcasting right now off of a Mac computer here at home. So yeah, the controls are a little bit different, but even when you download things to your computer, it should download to a Word document. I see you guys there on the old comment sections. Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope you guys are staying active. It's pretty crazy times right now, but hey, we just got to get through it. Okay. No worries, buddy. Hey, as long as you're here, by the way. Hey, as long as you guys are on and we're getting ready to go over it. Just so you guys know, uh, okay? Today we're going to be going over chapter 19, all right? Chapter 19, the new industrial economy, okay? Um, I have a problem with Google Drive, okay? If you have a problem with Google Drive, um, remember, you need to, on whatever device you're using, guys, make sure that you're logged into your school. One of the things that can happen, guys, with your personal device when you use a cell phone or something like that, right? When you use a cell phone, you may, on your Safari, if you go to Google, you may be logged into your personal account and not necessarily the school account. So that what may be, slowing down or not allowing you access through that. That might be a problem if you're using a personal device, whether it be a phone or an iPad, something like that. That may restrict you from those things. Yeah, guys. At the same time, if for whatever reason, I can see your comments, guys. So if you guys have any questions, type them out, put them in the comments, and I can see them. It's perfectly fine if you print them out. If you have a printer, great, guys. Just keep adding it to your notebook. I actually had I got to go to school about a week ago to get my things, my book, my notebook, things like that. That way I could broadcast on here for you guys. So if you have a notebook, guys, just continue filling it in. That's if you have the ability to print at home. There's no video for chapter 19. So what I did, guys, is I sent you a PowerPoint. The PowerPoint is on Google Drive. I did that. I did make that accessible for you guys through Google Drive. It should be on the latest, if not the latest, the second to latest post on your Google Classroom. It's a PowerPoint, guys. Probably not going to be doing videos because I'm going to be coming on live with that until otherwise. So just make sure I've already printed. Good job, JP. Good job for printing it, buddy. Appreciate that. Guys, I want to send out. First of all, send out a shout out to my first period. Send out to second period. Send out to third period. Shout out to you guys. Seventh period and eighth period. I just want to let you guys know that, hey, with all this distance learning, guys, this is different. But you know what? I want to let you guys know that I miss you guys. And that I wish I could be back in school. Is this social distancing different? Yeah. But hey, it's what we have to just go with. We got to roll with it, and that's it. We just got to keep moving forward. Are we going to let this virus get us down? Absolutely not. But you know what? We're just going to take the punches and keep rolling forward. All right. So, any more questions, guys? As far as that you may have with the worksheets or anything like that, just please put them up here. I'll try to answer them as best as I can as we go through this. All right. But other than that, guys, hey, let's go ahead and take a look at your chapter 19 notes. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the effects of that. Okay. So what we're looking at here is hopefully you can do a side-by-side view of, on one side you're watching the stream, you open up another tab and you're able to look at, you're able to look at that PowerPoint or anything like that. Okay. Hey, what's up, Aiden? I see you there. Steffi, Ariel, Andres, I see you guys there in the comments. Are the worksheets on Google Classroom? Yes, they are on Google Classroom. You should have access to them. Okay. So if we're looking at chapter 19, guys, okay. Chapter 19, the new industrial economy. Okay. So it talks about the effects of the railroad, right? The railroad system, guys. Texas becomes very urbanized with major towns being built along these railroads. We see that these railroads need cities, need places to be able to, one, deposit, drop off things, and essentially be able to sell them in these markets. So we see the creation of these railroad towns, as well as ranchers and farmers were able to ship cattle across Texas in a quicker and cheaper way, and essentially more areas become open for settlement. Essentially, because the creation of these railroad towns, guys, we see the creation of people trying to move into these areas as close as they can while still being able to have their ranches and things like that to sell. All right, so the railroad business was not only bad, was not bad in the sense of because it started to populate different areas, but what it did was being able to bring business to other areas, like those ranchers who were way out there and took forever to get their cattle out to cattle drive, can now go from West Texas to the Central Texas, take their cows would go northward, and then move from there. All right, hey guys, I see you guys there in the comments, Emilio, Cassandra. All right, I see you guys in there. All right, so we're talking about the transportation, right? Transportation, right? In the early 19th century, right, the main method of transportation essentially were wagons, carriages, and horses, right? That was the main thing. Excuse me. That was the main thing, guys, that essentially they had, right? But as it started moving into the late 1800s, we see the development of these railroads. And you can see there in that picture, along there in your chapter 19 notes or in your chapter 19 PowerPoint that you may be following along, by the late 19th century, steamboats become common. These helped Texas essentially become urbanized. what these steamboats is essentially what happens, guys. The steamboats were able to travel up through the coastline to get supplies, not only from here, from the Rio Grande Valley, all the way up to essentially Houston area. And now when we look at the Rio Grande River, guys, we think, oh, it's a river, it's not even that big. No, it used to be humongous. Okay, it used to be very big, where boats would be able to travel side by side. And you're talking about huge steamboats would travel all the way up from South Padre Island, all the way up to Laredo, guys. It's huge boats. So this creation of the steamboat, guys, what happens is it allows for travel easily instead of having to paddle, and things like that. So we're moving on to our next slide. As industry grows, guys, essentially this means that the building of railroads also led to the growth of businesses, right? Including lumber, coal, salt, and limestone. Okay. With that comes what's called is essentially that word industry, right? Industry is the making of products for sale. Okay. So with the growth of this industry, with steamboat, guys, essentially steamboat ran off coal, ran off wood, things like that. These steamboats, right? They needed fuel power, coal, wood power to be able to move and essentially go like that. So you see these new industries coming up. You have the wood industry, which is another word for wood is lumber, right? You have coal, you have coal mining, you have salt mining as well, and then you have limestone. Okay, those were the big four major industries that came up in the late 1800s and early 1900s that essentially sent our state and our country into that boom, economic boom. Our next slide, right, we're going to be talking about work and lifestyle changes, okay? The growth of industries led to greater need for workers. There was a huge demand for workers now. And now workers had 12-hour work days and 6-day work weeks, with the salary of $1 per day. They were working 6 days a week, 12 hours a day, and only getting paid $1 a day. So you're making $6, a week. That's not including the money that you need for food and things like that. So with that, this was back then, back in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Okay, but by the year 1870, though, Texas industries had hired twice as many children as women. So, guys, kids your very age, guys, anywhere from 11 to 14 years old, were already working. They weren't at home playing watching Netflix, playing video games, doing things like that, or doing nothing at all. They were already working, providing for their families in the late 1800s. They're making $1 a day, getting paid. Yes, they were getting paid. So with that, we see how these lifestyle changes were essentially very different for kids and women in the late 1800s. All right. So now we're going to be talking about minorities. Minorities in Texas, right? Texas towns grew quickly, okay, due to the rise in immigration from various countries, okay? So we see a different group of people, very, very different group of people coming in and essentially helping Texas grow, all right? We had the Mexicans who settled in South Texas, in this area that we live now. South Texas usually considered San Antonio down, right? South Texas, large amounts of ranch and near Mexico. Remember, these Mexicans were coming from Mexico, coming to Texas for ranch opportunities, job opportunities, right? But they wanted to live close to the border where they could go and come as they please to visit their relatives, right? The next ones we have, guys, are the Irish. The Irish end up settling in San Patricio, right, which is towards the east coast of Texas, right, towards the Houston, between Refugio and that middle part, right kind of between San Antonio and Houston in that area. They become very settled in that area. The next immigrants that moved here, guys, were essentially the Germans. The Germans come to Texas and they land just outside of Austin and north of San Antonio. They land there in Fredericksburg. And if you look at a picture of Fredericksburg now, guys, you see that Fredericksburg is very, some of the architecture from Germany, they bring it all the way here to Texas, guys. Even today, they have the festivals that which we're talking about shortly that are very, very centered in German tradition. All right. And then the last group that essentially comes into Texas are the French. And the French settled just south of San Antonio in a little town called Castroville. That's where they end up settling. And that's where essentially groups and groups of them were here. Now we're going to move on to our next slide, right? The effects of this immigration, right? Immigration of minority groups had influenced not only just the state in itself, but its politics, its food, its language, and its celebration, right? Many of us that go to school there, right? A good 85% of the majority that go to school there are Mexican American. So we have a lot of heritage in the Spanish culture, whether it be from the northern part of Mexico. Maybe you and your family are from more of the middle part of El DF, La Ciudad de Mexico. Maybe you're from out west, Guadalajara, things like that. So maybe you're bringing different traditions here, but mainly based in Mexican American. Or some of you guys have moved from other parts of the U.S., right? So Texas had a very, very essentially felt the effects of immigration, right? For Mexicans, they were bringing over the quinceañera, the celebration of when a young girl becomes a young woman into that transitional period, right? For Germans, it's Wurstfest. It's a festival where they celebrate over there they like to eat a lot of pork. They eat sausages. They drink beer. That's their thing that they do. They're very essentially rooted in those ales, in sausage and things like that. For essentially for the Texas Folk Festival that we see there, it's full of folklore, and that's where essentially it's a cognitive thing of everything that's going on. Not only that is coming to Texas, guys, but all these different people that are coming in from France, the Irish, essentially the Mexicans, the German. Each one of them is bringing their own religion with that. So we have a bunch of different religious activities, okay, that go with that. So if you're looking along in our PowerPoint, guys, you can see there the three pictures that I posted. One, you can see the young lady. She's at her quinceañera with her family. They're celebrating that, guys. In the second picture, you see a picture of Wurstfest. That is actually the Wurstfest there in New Braunfels. Okay. That essentially is where they're celebrating the different types of ales and sausage that come from, and the celebration of the German tradition with that. And at the bottom, guys, it is the bar mitzvah. That is where the celebration of a young Jewish boy is to become a young man and things like that. That is the celebration for which they do. That is the different type of tradition and, the immigration that has come into Texas with that. Okay. So that's our last slide for chapter 19. Okay. So guys, hey, once again, we're talking about how the industrial economy has a lot to do, not only it's how it's developed, right? But how essentially it grew from wagons to transportation to, the coal, lumber, limestone, salt. And that, not only that, but essentially how it's changed from not only the man working, right, but children and women working as well in the late 1800s, early 1900s, and how much they're making. Okay, and then we see a little bit of how the minorities are shaping Texas. Okay, So with that being said, guys, hey, I will be posting a quiz. Okay, I will be posting a quiz tomorrow morning, and it will be due Thursday before I go live. I'm going to be going live again Thursday, 1 p.m. I'll be going over the quiz. I'll be talking about, once again, chapter 19, kind of to wrap it up for the week. And on Thursday, I'll be going over the quiz online. Okay, so I'll be sending that not today, excuse me, tomorrow. I'll be sending you a short quiz tomorrow. That way you guys can do that, complete that. Okay, so just make sure that you have your notes, you have the PowerPoint, so that you may be able to review for that. Okay, probably take another 2 minutes just to, any other questions there on the comment section, guys, that you may have about work or anything like that. Right now would be the time to ask. For that, okay? What time on Thursday? Okay, I will be sending it tomorrow, guys, and I'm going live on Thursday. Live on Thursday at 1 o'clock. Again, 1 o'clock, same time, same background. Yep. Now, I'm not going to be a lying dog faced pony soldier. I'm going to post the quiz, and I will make sure that it's up before Thursday going live. Yes, you may be able to use your notes. You're going to need them, actually, for what I'll be asking. You'll need your notes. Okay? Do you have to print it? If you have a printer, that's awesome. If you don't, just download it, guys, and and go from there. Can you go to the restroom? That's on you, buddy. You're at home. All right, about 30 more seconds, guys, of questions before we end this. Coach, when are we going to go back to school? Hey, listen, buddy, I don't know when we're going to go back. There's no for sure date. Hey, what's up, Josh? I see you. Samantha. Hey, Andres. I see you guys. As of right now, right, President has extended this quarantine until the 30th of April, right? But is that the decision of Hidalgo County, where we live in? No. They're going to be making a decision, right? And as the cases continue to grow, only time will tell what is going to happen. Okay, so I don't know when we're going to go back, buddy. And when I know, I'll let you guys know. Okay, are we going to do online classes, but like FaceTime? Like, I don't know yet. We're working on some few. I know that our principal, Ms. Carranza, and the district is working on a few things. That way that we could meet on Google Meets, things like that. But we'll see. Yes, yes, I am. It's serious, guys. You have to be. You have to be. You have to take this serious, because essentially you may not be having, you may not be feeling the symptoms, but you may have it, and you may get other people sick. And the last thing that you want to do is, get somebody sick, and then worse comes to worse for them. Zoom. They're not letting us use Zoom, guys. Zoom is an unprotected app that is very hackable has been hacked in some college campuses. So they are not letting us use Zoom for that, for as far as school purposes. Are we going to have STAR tests? No STAR tests this year. STAR tests have been canceled, guys, for this year. STAR tests have been canceled for this year. Yes. Do I think we're going to finish school? I don't know, buddy. I don't know, guys. I really don't. I don't know if we're going to be doing when we'll be going back, but as soon as I find out, I'll let you know what the game plan is for that. Okay. So, all right, guys, that's enough for today. Hey, I'll be back. We're going to be back here, guys, live on Thursday at 1 o'clock. Where's my dog? Dominicano? He's asleep, guys. He's asleep. Hold on, let me see if I can get him. Let me. Come here, Papa. Come here. Here's my dog. He just woke up. He's asleep. For those of you guys that wanted to see my dog, let me see if I can lower the screen a little bit. There we go. There's my dog. He's our faithful companion as the wife and I are working here from home. So give him a shout out, Dominicano. Okay, Papa, you can go. He didn't want to be here. He was too sleepy. All right, guys. So, yes, it's a Goldendoodle. For those of you that are asking, Goldendoodle. His name is Dominicano. Actually, you know what, guys? It was his birthday on the 22nd. He is 1 year old now. He is 1 year old. Yeah. So yeah. All right, guys. With that, hey, Thursday, 1 o'clock, be here, YouTube Live. We're going to be doing another video. We're going to be reviewing chapter 19. We're going to be reviewing the quiz that'll be out tomorrow. Look out for that, guys. Hey, on another note, please stay safe. Tell them happy birthday. Please stay safe, guys. Please, hopefully you guys and your family are doing okay. Hey, guys, I'm going to ask you guys to do this. Hey, let other people know as to that I'll be going live, that the notes are on YouTube, on Google Classroom, that I'm going live on YouTube, and things like that, okay? Just let them know, guys. Spread the word. Spread the word that we're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing the notes. We're going to be doing Google Classroom. Just spread the word. That way that the more they're informed, the more they know. Okay? All right, guys. With that being said, this is Coach Signs signing out. God bless you guys. Stay safe.